I made a video and I was talking about how when you add an ash or when you add a cool tone in hair color, it does not always mean it's going to go darker. And I want to show you something. It's one of those things where you can learn color theory, and that is so important. It's like the foundational piece. You got to understand that piece. But then you have to add on top of it hair color chemistry. We're working with chemical dye that gives us color once it's developed. Okay, so yes, absolutely color theory. Plus, how does this chemical dye that we work with, hair color, mix? All right, so right here is gold, innate gold, and right here is innate violet. But you can see it looks very gray. Can't really see much violet at all. All right, so what happens is these right here, these are a mixture or a combination of the two. And what I'm going to show you is going to be crazy and so cool. But it's one of those things, once you learn this stuff, the nuances of hair color, it makes you feel like, ah, that's a key piece I was missing. I had the color theory part, but I didn't have the how does hair color mix part, right? So it's a combination of those things that you're going to need. So when people feel defeated, it breaks my heart because it's not that you aren't good or you can't understand this, is that you aren't always getting key pieces of information that you actually need in order to be able to formulate and hit predictable color results. Now, if you're new, you need to, learn those foundational pieces first before you can dive into the nuances. Let me show you what I'm going to do. Watch the middle ones as I take the color out. Look at the one that has the most of the ash color. And look at this one. And look at this one. The one that with the most ash. Is that not crazy? Oops. It's a terrible circle. All right, watch this. It looks lighter. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so what's the nuance here? So when you have a gray background, so that would be this ash right here, sometimes it can shear out the background or the base that you have in something that is warm, that has a brown to tan background. Recap that. Gray bases sometimes can shear out the brown to tan backgrounds or bases. Not all of them will, because sometimes the gray that you have in your line is actually going to be a very deep gray and very opaque. When you have that, it may not shear it out as much, but when you have a line that does have maybe a lighter gray or not so opaque, it will shear it out. You will appear lighter when you actually add a cool tone or an ash.